Hey, praise Indy. What's going on, Indianapolis? Hope that you are doing well. This is Ronnie Reese with the Helpful Home Buyers Program. Again, just wish you well. Pray that you guys are having a great week. Wade Hodges, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing swell. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. The Helpful Home Buyers, we are here in Indianapolis, local. I live out in Lawrence, and so we are local home buyers here. We help people that are in different situations where maybe they want to sell their property and maybe not necessarily list it with a realtor. Maybe there's a situation there that they don't necessarily want to go the traditional route. It could be time. It could be, a situation of just repairs. Could be embarrassment. Not want to have a lot of people come through. And then sometimes it's about convenience. Sometimes it's about convenience. And there have been situations where we bought properties and kind of allow people to kind of rent back, or just have these longer periods where they've had access to it because on a traditional market, you sell that property, people buy their property, they need you out. Okay. And also too, I want to be very clear, we buy in Indianapolis, but we also buy around Indianapolis. So, that could be, in your Fortville, your Lapels, your, sometimes in Anderson, Greenwood, Greenfield, Fishers, and yes, even Noblesville and Carmel. We're just not just here, in certain zip codes, within in the city, we're also outside. So Wade, man, you had a situation that kind of speaks something to this.
Mhm.
Tell me what was going on, with this homeowner that we were, also able to kind of help.
So yeah, this story was, it was last year. This particular seller was needing to sell her property. It was too much for her to handle. She did not want to have to do the updates to it. She didn't want to do any renovations. There was quite a bit that needed to be done, and she just had no family around to help her.
No family around. There was no family around at all.
None whatsoever.
Wow.
She was all by her lonesome, and had to kind of figure things out. And
Hmm.
so she was wanting to go from her home to an apartment where she didn't have to do as much, where things as far as maintenance were taken care of, which
Hmm.
totally made sense for her situation. But the only issue is that there were no apartments available.
Oh, wow.
And so she needed time, which is one of the most important commodities that anybody can have. Uh,
Right.
so she needed time, and she needed time to go look, and she needed time from us just to be patient.
Yeah.
And so from the first time that I spoke to her, just kind of 30,000 foot view here, first time I spoke to her from when we actually closed, I believe was about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
After that, she was there for another 6 months, which is not our norm, but we did want to be patient and understanding with her. She was there for, I think, about 180 days after closing in order to get her affairs in order. She had a garage sale where she was just selling stuff, so she didn't have to take a whole bunch of stuff to her apartment. It also gave her time to get into the apartment, get off of the waiting list. There was a whole host of things that happened from the first point that I talked to her all the way up until we were finally done, all things said and done and closed, that
So
were
hold on.
super
Let's
helpful.
let's slow down a little bit. You said something. So she needed time to be able to move out. So again, you said we bought the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so we agreed on price. We bought the house, and then what happened after that?
Yeah. So we bought the house, and she had a move in date
Mm-hmm.
for her apartment. She had a couple of options, but she had the one that she really wanted with a
Mm-hmm.
move-in date that was quite a ways off. I think it was about
Mm.
6 months. And
Mm-hmm.
typically, if you're going market, if you're selling your house on the market, you do not have that time. They
Yeah.
want you out as soon as possible so that they can
Mm-hmm.
start living in the house that they just bought.
Right.
With us, that's not really the case. We
Mm-hmm.
purchase properties all the time, and we're not living in them.
Right.
So we were able to give her a substantial amount of time that is typically not what we do. It was a
Mm-hmm.
little outside of our norm, but everything is case by case. And
Right.
this is exactly what she needed. And at that point in time and in that moment, we were more than willing to work with
Mm-hmm.
her one step at a time, every step of the way
Mm-hmm.
for that entire 6 month period. to
Mm-hmm.
help her through every single process that she needed help through, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which, just required time.
So that's really important to kind of note because one of the things that I know that we have kind of run into, and people, someone listening might be having like, hey, I want to sell my house, but I don't even know where I'm going yet.
Hmm.
you know um I've had that conversation a lot, and a lot of times people feel that stress to be like, oh my god, I gotta buy, and I gotta sell, and I gotta move, I got all these logistics and stuff, and
Right.
everything isn't necessarily crystal clear. There are situations, there are times where, hey, it makes sense for both of us, again, because we'll talk and we'll kind of see if we agree where it makes sense, because again, we don't want you to feel, we're here to help your situation. We're
Hmm.
not here to make you, you know, um, you know, add stress to your life.
Right.
But it's a situation where you can agree to a price. We'll be clear on the terms, and
Mhm.
then we'll be able to, give you access to the property. That's really good because actually I'm dealing with that situation right now too, Wade. There's a lady on the west side. Her name is Miss Jane. Beautiful lady, really nice. And we were talking, and she actually had something very similar. She said, I had a
Mhm.
couple offers for some other people. She said, but everyone wants me out of this property. And she was like, I need to just move in with my grandson, and I'm not really sure about the next thing. I know where it is, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And so, that actually happened this weekend where I talked with her and her son. They found out after talking with the apartment complex or the condo that they can actually move in a lot faster. So,
Oh,
we're going to be moving a lot quicker than what they were thinking.
that's
But
good.
sometimes that isn't always necessarily the case. Sometimes you need time to kind of figure those things out.
Right.
And so, we here at the Helpful Home Buyers, we want to make sure that we help you as best as possible. So,
Right.
that's really good feedback. Way, what else? Way, can you kind of tell us about this situation?
I just want to piggyback a little bit off of what you said. This whole process of moving and finding a new place to go, it can be very stressful,
Yeah.
and it can weigh really heavily on somebody who doesn't necessarily know what they're doing.
Hmm.
And that is where we are in a super helpful position to come alongside that person and walk alongside them step by step and
Yeah.
be very, very patient with them to help them in whatever way that they may need. And that was just kind of speaking further into what this lady needed.
Hmm.
She needed to move.
Yeah.
She needed time to pack her things. She needed time to get rid of stuff because she'd been in this house for 30 years. She
Yeah.
collected some things.
Yeah.
We all do. So she needed time. She actually had something to the effect of an estate sale. It was more like
Okay.
an estate sale slash garage sale type of thing.
Hmm.
We actually, we owned the property. She was living in there during that time, and she actually did this during that time. She kept all the proceeds. It helped with her moving expenses. We allowed her to park a pod in the driveway so
Hmm.
that she could load all of her stuff up. And actually, Ronnie, she didn't even take everything with her.
Hmm.
'Cause some of that stuff, she was moving to a 2-bedroom apartment from a 4-bedroom house. So some
Right.
of that stuff like beds and other things just wasn't going to fit. And
Yeah.
she couldn't sell them. So one of the things that we did offer with her as well is, she didn't necessarily have to take everything.
Right.
We would also work out with her very patiently what she could just leave.
Hmm.
That was also very, very helpful to her because, again, she didn't have the space.
Yeah.
And that was very, very important to her. Was she had so much stuff, and it was very stressful to her trying to figure out where in the world is she going to put all this stuff.
Hmm.
And so with working with us and kind of being creative one way or another, we got all of her personal effects taken care of, and she got into that apartment happily and healthily.
Yeah. No, that's good. There is so much stress that can just come, and just hearing that this lady was by herself, didn't
Mhm.
have any help, didn't know kind of who to trust, and we've heard horror stories of people kind of being maybe taken advantage of, or people just trying to move in so quick. But it it's important that you work with people that treat you like people.
Exactly. I love that line.
Yeah, yeah. You want to work with people that treat you like people. Because think about it. This lady had 30 years of history.
Mm-hmm.
30 years of memories, 30
Yeah.
years of loved ones, and then just trying to go through all of those things. And you're just going to tell someone, hey, be out at closing,
Yeah.
or, trying to like, just the whole emotional process of trying to declutter all of those things and take that, because and a lot of times that actually can cause a lot of drama. Because,
Yeah.
oh, I
Absolutely.
found this, I found this plate, or I found this old picture that you forgot about, what I'm saying? And those
Mhm.
things can kind of just, it can be very emotional, especially when you're by yourself. But again, when you're working with someone that's local, someone that knows the area, someone that will actually treat you like a person. I do believe what we call the golden rule. Do
Mhm.
unto others as you would have them do unto you. If this was my mother, seriously, if this is my mother, this is my auntie,
Mhm.
how would I want them to be treated? I want them to be treated with respect. I
Mhm.
want to be treated with someone that actually knows what they're doing. I want them to be with someone that has a track record of being able to do transactions here in the city, someone
Mhm.
that I can actually Google, find, go touch, see, like, who are you people?
Right.
Like, and so that's really good. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you have a situation that you would with your property, no matter what it is, we would love to be able, just the opportunity, just to interact with you, just to talk with you, just to kind of see what the best options are. And
Mhm.
again, we are not the best option for everyone,
No.
but we definitely, can offer some different conveniences that others can't. Here, at the Helpful Home Buyers, with Simple Porters, we are, we're secure cash buyers. We are trusted investors, and we're here just to help serve you so that you can move on to the next part of your life, the next journey in your life, in the new, destination, that you have. So, with that, I want to thank you guys again, for joining us. If you want to talk with Wade, want to talk with our team, please give us a call, 317-900-HOME. Again, that's 317-900-HOME. We'll be available there to talk with you. Okay. With that, thank you, Wade, for joining us. I hope you guys have a blessed week. You guys have a great one. God bless.
Simple Quarters has been helping homeowners for over 17 years. As a Christian company, we love helping hurting Hoosiers out of difficult situations. We are incredibly flexible to meet your individual needs and help relieve you of your stress and hardships. All you have to do is call us at 317-900-HOME, and we can start helping you today. Please, give us a call. 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME.
Check us out at simplequarters.com.